Okay, so let's say you're dealing with a client who has an interdental lisp or a lateral lisp, and you're wondering how you can help elicit that S sound. So there are a variety of ways you can do this, but one of the ways I'll be showing you is using the straw technique. Now, all you'll have to do is grab a straw. It could be a thin coffee straw or a normal straw like this, and then you're gonna have the client put their teeth together and smile like this, and then you're gonna have them put the straw up against the front incisor teeth right here. And this is the form that they need to be maintaining. As they're in this form, you're going to be telling them to blow air through the straw, and by doing that, they should create the correct sound. So it should sound like this. And you'll hear a high frequency sound coming out of the straw when I do it. See? Now, if they're doing a lateral lisp, you will not hear sound or high frequency sounds coming out of the straw because they're not blowing air into the straw. They'll be blowing air out of the sides, and it'll sound like this compared to so. By telling them to blow air into the straw so they can hear that sound, they'll know that they're blowing air in the correct way. And that is how they can learn to, redirect where that air goes to make the sound. For interdental lisps, their tongue is going to be in the way and it's going to be touching the straw. So you're going to want them to not be touching the straw and having their tongue behind their teeth when making the sound. So it's like, no, put your tongue behind your teeth. Perfect. Just like that. Now, if you're wondering some other ways you can make this a little more interesting or helpful, you can tell them to put their hand at the bottom of the straw while they're making the air blow through the straw so that they can feel the air coming out. So just give them a little more to work with and realize as they're making the sound. You can also pretend that they're pulling air out of the straw, if that helps. So just slowly yanking the air out of the straw. And once they kind of are making that sound and blowing air through the straw, maybe you can tell them to move the straw side to side so they can hear the high frequency sound go in and out as they move the straw to the front and the sides. So like this. They'll notice that it will always make that sound out of the straw every time it goes to the front. And that tells them that the airflow should be coming through the front of the mouth. And that is how you can elicit the S sound using a straw.